Good news for Tinubu as fresh documents from US into drug trafficking case shows he is innocent. Now let us listen to the details carefully. But before then, you're welcome to today's news. And thank you for tuning in to today's news. But you can subscribe to this channel by clicking on the subscribe button and the bell for more updates. Now to the news details. Please listen carefully. Bola Tinubu of the APC has continued to find a way to stay on top of the news ahead of his swearing-in ceremony, scheduled to take place on May 29. Tinubu was accused of pushing drugs, which allegedly led to the eventual forfeiture of $460,000 to the United States government. There have been a lot of angles or twists to the forfeiture. Some individuals allege that Bola Tinubu was specifically involved in drug trafficking, which led to the eventual forfeiture of the said amount, but his aides have disagreed. One of his aides, Festus Keyamo, in a recent interview regarding the charges of drug trafficking against Bola Tinubu, cleared the air. His statements, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, went to open an account. The address by which he opened the account was already used by these people investigated for narcotics. The deposits he made there in banks are what bankers called investments. He kept the money there and he was getting interest. The US government said he had not paid tax on those interests. That is all. And guess what? The banks are supposed to deduct the tax from the source. Out of the 10 accounts, it was only one account, the one in Heritage Bank, that they took $460,000 as a tax on interest that he benefited on the investment he made in those accounts. All the money in Heritage Bank was not taken. They took only $460,000 as tax. Tinubu's detractors kept bringing up these issues over and over. When his political profile is rising, when he wants to run for office or any political turn in his life, they will bring up these issues. The APC spokesman believes that there has never been a situation where the APC presidential candidate has been convinced or charged with drug trafficking. Months after this, a document finally surfaced on the internet, giving a little insight into the issue of drug trafficking linked to the APC candidates. A Nigerian, Eke David, took to his media page to share a document of what might have led to the case of a drug trafficking case. He wrote, "The drug case against Tinubu." The sitting president of Nigeria then, Olusegun Obasanjo, wanted control of Lagos and by extension the Southwest. He wanted to disqualify Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu not to run for the April 19, 2003 gubernatorial election. He attached a document. The said document contains a piece of information after a series of investigations conducted by the then Inspector General of Police to investigate Bola Tinubu's alleged drug dealing scandal. Now, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was accused or alleged of being a drug trafficker in the US, And then they said the United Kingdom, he had to forfeit $460,000 to the United Kingdom government. But now, the one of the aides of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is saying that it is not linked to drug trafficking, that it is the tax in which Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not pay. That was the total sum of money they removed. And they actually removed the money in Heritage Bank. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has 10 accounts in the United States. So instead of removing the tax on each account, they removed the tax totally in one account. And also, Festus Keyamo is saying that they did not remove all the money in the Heritage Bank accounts. Now, there was a document in which a Nigerian, Eke David, shared on his media page on Twitter, which was about Olusegun Obasanjo, who wrote the letter against Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu so that he will not be able to run for the gubernatorial election, whereas Obasanjo wants to take control of Lagos and also the Southwest in general. But now that the good news for Tinubu, as fresh documents from US into drug trafficking case has showed that he is innocent. But the question now is, do you still think Bola Tinubu is a drug trafficker? Kindly share your comments in the comment section. Thank you.